Hi everybody, in this video I want to introduce you to something called the Roth IRA. It is a retirement account for working people. People that are not rich and they get their money from having a job, and it's designed for working people because you do not pay any tax on the interest. You can make as much money in that thing as you want and you'll pay no taxes on the interest. And when you take the money out, when you retire, you can take it out tax-free, right? So if you satisfy the requirements, qualified distributions are tax-free. That means qualified distributions means interest. The interest is tax-free. Distribution means the interest that's made goes back into the account, right? And you make more interest on top of that. So basically compound interest. Now, what interest rate are you looking at? Could be anywhere from 5 to 13% on average. Of course, these things go up and down. You know, some years it might be like negative 20%. Another year might be plus 35. I mean, it goes up and down. But on average, you're talking historically between 7 and 10%. Okay? But you know, I've seen them as high as 14% over the last 40 years. So, you know, it just depends on where you're putting those investments. There's like a million different types of Roth IRA accounts and you can choose where the money goes. So it totally depends on where you're putting your money, how risky the investments are. The stocks are riskier. That's when you own a piece of company. The bonds are less risky. That's when you own like a loan to a city that wants to build a road or whatever, right? But they have a lower return. So high risk, high return, low risk, low return, all that. Just depends on the account. But think about, let's just call it 10% over the long term, right? Just for fun. Okay, so what are the requirements? Because this is not for everybody. Everyone can't be just making all this money tax-free. Well, you got to be not rich. I mean, if you're married, your income must be less than 208,000 in the year 2021. If you're single, it must be less than 140,000. Right? Otherwise, you're not allowed to have one. That's how great they are, right? And you're to the limit how much you can put in there. That's how great they are. You can only put up to 6,000 a year in. Or 7,000 if you're age 50 or older, right? Okay, so should you run out and get one? Probably not. You should probably not try to make interest off of things when you're already paying interest to someone else. Like if you're already paying, you know, interest on credit card loan, on student loan, on auto loan, somebody's making money off of you, right? For free. They're getting free money from you. Like, stop that. Like, don't let them do that. Like, let's get out of debt first, right? So, that's, you know, there's no point investing when you're already in debt. I mean, to me, that doesn't make any sense, right? So you want to hopefully get to a point where you've got an emergency fund built up. Think about $10,000, $20,000, so that like you're not have to go into debt probably ever again. Like if your car breaks down, you just get another awesome used car for cash, and you don't have to make another car payment ever again. You're using a debit card. You're not using credit cards anymore. That type of idea, right? So once you got your emergency fund built up, then you can start thinking about the investment side of things. And to be honest, you know, a Roth IRA is more like a supplement to your employer-sponsored retirement plan, because you've got a good job. The employer might have a good retirement plan for you. Like they might match your money. Like you put in 10% and they'll also put in 10%, which is like an awesome deal. So you want to max out that first. And then if you have anything left over, you might think about the Roth IRA. So maybe not everyone's going to use these things, but I just wanted everyone to be aware that they exist because they're designed for working people. They're not designed for rich people. Rich people are not allowed to have them because they're awesome. All right. So yeah, and yeah, so lots of people, if you look it up, they'll say, look, you want to build an emergency fund before you invest, right? And get out of debt, right?